everyone. Steve Harville with Creative Ventures, and welcome to our latest edition in the Over Coffee video series. I have a lot of stuff in this one, so if you hear some clanking around, it's because I'm reaching for different artifacts to use. Now, I have a lot of time in what I do, a lot of free time. Well, there's travel, rehearsals, meetings, but it still gives me a lot of downtime. I was recently at a large convention center that was hosting a trade show, and I had some time on my hands, so I wandered around and stumbled into the hardware trade show. Now, those of you who know me must be thinking this is the last place on heaven and earth that you would ever find me, because I have absolutely no skills in that area. But I decided to walk around anyway, and I saw hundreds of tools, most of which I had no idea what they were for. There were duplex rabbet planes and concrete derbies and shingle froes and countless others. There were things like this and things like this. And there was bigger things that looked like this that I had no idea what they did. But I then stumbled upon something that was known to me and familiar. And as I saw it there, it reminded me of Laura's description of my mechanical aptitude, where she will say, Stephen has two tools, one's a hammer and the other one isn't. And that pretty much describes what I do. But you see, it made me think that people in every profession have the tools that they are defined by that help them do their job. Captain America has his shield. Roger Federer has his tennis racket, though his would be a Wilson and I was a Babolat guy. Jimi Hendrix played a Stratocaster by Fender, though his was actual size. All of these elements define who they are. It reminded me of a 60-minute video that I saw with Seattle Mariner Hall of Famer Ichiro Suzuki. And Suzuki said that his bats were the tools of his profession and his mitts. And he kept his bats in a special case that he had made for him. And he traveled around and they asked him why he did that. And he said, when you're defined by your tools and they help you in your profession, you should take care of them. You know, you might have guessed it that I spend most of my time in creative mode. I do research and sketch out strategies and write articles and newsletters and blog postings and even best-selling books. I use very specific tools that I have discovered over my 44-year career with Creative Ventures. And you may have guessed it, they are staggeringly simple and fit me to a T. So let's say the first element are index cards. When I switched from using notebooks to using 5x8 index cards for all my research, it opened the door for me to be able to discover things and find things quickly instead of searching for hours through countless numbers of old notebooks. I use a very specific and singular kind of pencil. It is a Bic 0.9 millimeter number 2 lead automatic pencil. They have a dark lead that leaves a really nice line, and the lead is easily erasable by the eraser that comes with the pencil. And that's because I suffer from making mistakes. I have a singular kind of pen that I use. This is a Pilot Precision V5 extra fine rolling ball pen. It has a very precise point and doesn't bleed through the paper. I found that it's the pen that I default to all the time. Now, sometimes I need a thicker line in what I'm doing. When I'm doing storyboards or sketches that are larger than that, and I'll switch to the Pentel Sign Pen. I discovered these a long time ago when I was working with an architectural firm, and there was a box of these on every architect's desk. I'm an Apple devotee. So my travel and desktop computers are Macs. I have an iMac that I use as a desktop, and when I travel with a MacBook Air. These are the tools of my trade. And I'm sure that if you thought about it for a moment, you could define the tools of your trade. And I want to tell you that these tools are important. And when they fit you properly, they become stepping stones for you to build better professional skill sets. And professional skill sets are one of the cornerstones of building a successful career. So define your tools and take care of them, for they're the things that will help you become the top and best professional you can be. Thanks for listening. Sorry about all the sounds on the side as I was going through all the stuff that I had accumulated for the video. And I hope to see you next time on Over Coffee.